Hi Dan,
Hi.
how are you enjoying the conference?
Way too much, honestly. It's like I never expected to be so happy for such a long amount of hours without, you know, like I can't even remember when I had a bad thought the last 24 hours, which is really unique for me. So I'm already very happy. I'm really happy to be here.
I would like to ask you about what is CPU intrinsics?
So I think the most compact way of saying it is it's a way to become assembly programmers, in our case in C#, by calling fake function calls. So we have these functions that are now provided to us by Core CLR, which we can call them from our code. But in reality, what happens is that the CP, or the JIT, sorry, replaces this with direct machine instructions. So you get the privilege of becoming an assembly programmer back directly from C#. It's almost like inline assembly in C# without the bad parts.
Okay, what are the most common scenarios or when we can or should use CPU intrinsics?
So, yeah, that's a good question. I think if I had to limit the answer to one thing to keep in mind is mostly about vectorization, right? Because there's thousands of these instructions, and about 96% of them or something like that deal directly with vectorization. So when you have any sort of problem that can be expressed and solved as an array of something that you need to do the operation on, right? Which I know it sounds very generic, but that's actually what I'm trying to say. A lot of problems are either directly already arrays that you can do vectorized operations on, or you can rethink your challenges or your problems and make them into arrays that you can then use intrinsics on and get a lot of performance out of the CPU. So I hope that was clear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you are working right now on something interesting and rewriting quicksort algorithms, yeah?
Yeah, so it's more like rewriting array.sort because quicksort is, so for example, array.sort does this thing internally called introspective sort. So it's a hybrid sorting algorithm. So it does quicksort, it does insertion sort, it does a bunch of couple of different sorts because that's the way you get the best performance out of all of the possible cases of user input that gets thrown at you. So I'm really redoing the same idea where I presented here the quicksort part, but there's more parts still coming to this. But there's quicksort and other types of sorting for very small arrays that I'm hybridizing, and all of this together should hopefully, if I don't break anything irreversibly, will be kind of like a drop-in replacement for array.sort. So probably initially as a NuGet package, and maybe later as a pull request.
Okay, so wish you good luck and enjoy the rest of the conference.
Sure, that's an easy one. It's a very good conference to be in.
Okay, thanks.
Sure, bye.